I've been crafting my whole life, and I've been focusing on card making for the past 7 years. And if I could go back in time and give myself some advice, these would be the most important tips I would give myself. These are the 9 most important things that I wish I knew before I started. I will also be sharing some old pictures of my previous work with you along the way. Let's jump right in. First, I wish I knew how to do research before buying or investing on more expensive equipment. Here I'm showing you my stamping platform. This was the first one I got. But this one, I actually did a lot of research online. You can watch videos on YouTube comparing stamping platforms. That would be very helpful to you. It was very helpful to me. You can see mine one is very well loved. When I decided to buy a stamping platform about 7 years ago, most of the stuff I wanted I couldn't find in Ireland, but this stamping platform I could actually order online. And the price point, it was absolutely great. It was 20 euros at the time. All the other ones were around 100 euros or more, so I saved a lot of money. You can buy extra plate. This one doesn't rely on hinges, so it doesn't break that easily. You have 2 sides open, and that allows for you to actually stamp bigger pieces of cardstock and paper, and you can store it vertically. Those are just a few of the advantages. This video is not sponsored. I bought this stamping platform myself. I really love it. That's why I'm talking about it. I don't even know if it's being sold anymore. This is just to tell you, do your own research. Sometimes what you see everybody using around is not the best option for you at that moment in time. I currently have an Auto-New stamp wheel, and that's my favorite one. That's the one that I use very often, but I do switch between the two. For tip number 2, would tell myself, don't buy all the pattern paper you see and you love. You can see how I start and how I am currently, and once in a while I will still buy some if I need to make something very quickly and a lot, but you will never use all the pattern paper. Next one, learn your likes and dislikes. As you can see here on the screen, when I started, I bought loads of stamps with cute critters, flowers, foliage, and all the beautiful stuff. But I did use them. I'll show you in a minute. But I realized very quickly that coloring is not really my cup of tea. I will do it sometimes, but I don't exactly love it. And I tend to gravitate more towards dyes. And that's most of my stash. I actually have only 2 bins full of supplies with me here at the moment. Most of them are dyes or background dyes. And this is not a rational thing, because it would be way quicker for me to stamp and color a stamp, and I actually prefer to die cut and color the die cut, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but I just like the dimension and all the layers, I guess. So I love making quick and easy cards, and I don't do them because I don't like coloring. The other 3 things that recently I've noticed that I like crafting with a lot is background stamps, like the ones I'm showing you here on screen. I use them a lot. 3D embossing folders. And also, I'm not showing you any of those, but I also love stencils. And these 3 options can actually be used for several different techniques, and they can give you a very quick and beautiful card, and they have a better price point. So if you're starting card making now, or if you are still working on building up your stash, I suggest that you check one of those 3 options or all 3 of them, because they are 3 great alternatives and they don't break the bank. I know I have few videos of techniques using embossing folders if you want to check out. Number 4, always watch your crafty videos holding pen and paper. The reason for that is that you want to write down a wish list of whatever the products that are new to you that you absolutely love and that you would love to buy. That will save you from having to watch everything again later. On the screen I'm showing you where you can find my supply list for all of my videos. You can just click on more, and then on the description box you can click on more and you will find it there. Please let me know if you're interested on those affiliate links. We're halfway through now, and for tip number 5, remember to write down sales dates or sale periods for your favorite crafting companies. I usually write them on a notebook, and then I write down the names of my favorite companies that I usually buy from. In the US, it's usually scrapbook.com and Simon Says Stamp that carry from many other companies. There are smaller companies as well, and I will have separate lists for those. This way I know when I'll be able to save on my purchases next year, because usually the sale periods are the same. Once again, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. All you see me using on my videos is because I chose myself and because I love these companies and their product. Lastly, every time you check the website of one of your favorite companies, always look up sale or clearance on their search box, and you might find some things with very good price or heavily discounted. For number 6, save your new products, the products you haven't used yet, you haven't tried, or the ones that you need to try, that you need to use for a project. Save them in a separate box or a bin. This one here, I have used it before, but not as a tree. The leaves, I actually use them as clouds. And the other ones, I do need to use them. I haven't used them before. They are new to me products. And that way I always know where they are and what is new that I need to try. If you do that, you always know like the stuff that you have that is brand new, and you won't run the risk of buying them again. And also you will remind yourself of using your new stuff. I used to just merge them into my sections, and then I would forget to use them. It helps your memory, out of sight, out of mind. Now for tip number 7, buy your favorite colors first when you're buying your ink pads. The reason for that is those are the colors you will tend to gravitate around, and they are the ones I've used the most, and they are still the ones I use the most. I have bought like pink, for example. I abhor the color pink, folks, please forgive me. And I know that I never used the ones I bought, and I will probably not use them much in the future either. So if you want to save some money, if you are on a budget, focus on buying first the ones that you know that you love, because those are the ones that you're going to use the most. Here on the screen, I am showing you yellow, reds, shades of teals, and greens are the ones I use the most, are the ones I bought first. And first I bought my Gina K inks as well. So these are the original ones in my stash. I love Gina K inks. Afterwards, I bought the oxides and then a lot of Altenew inks, but I still have all of them and I still use all of them. I started building up my stash by buying Altenew layering stamps. So I tried to have lighter, medium, and darker shades of each color, which was quite a challenge to figure that out by just looking at pictures, on the Gina K website. But I did it. I did a good job, which just shows how brilliant her packaging is. For tip number 8, try adding all your wish list items to the shopping cart and wait 2 weeks or more. Check them out. Take a look at them. This is my actual wish list, my current one, and see if you still want them. That prevents you from impulse buying, and of course you won't be able to do that if there's a sale and it's time sensitive. And last but not least, watch as many crafty videos as you can, not only from me but from other creators, so you can learn new ways of using the supplies you already have, learning new techniques, and learning things you don't know yet. Also, you get to see and spot how people are using new products, adding them to that never-ending wish list, and then using the sales to buy them with a discount. At least that's what I've been doing lately, and it's working for me. I hope it works for you as well. These are my most valuable tips at the moment, and I have watched thousands of hours of videos from other creators. I try to condense everything down and share the most useful tips with you, and I hope this is a useful one. I hope this is a good one for you. If it is, please consider following me. You can see here on the screen that I have playlists with my most watched videos, and I do have a few that have been quite popular. So if you want to check them out or check the ones that you haven't watched yet, that helps me a lot. That helps support my channel. Thank you for everything. Have a lovely weekend. See you soon. Bye.